And I want to use that to go into a topic that I've been trying to hold back on, but I really want to speak on. I want your opinion on. And it has to do with the whole Hunter Biden thing. And I will admit, I just know based on the news sources that I hear from, I don't trust Fox News as much as I trust Bloomberg Business Week. I don't trust MSNBC as much as I might trust the Washington Post or, just factual information as opposed to somebody else's opinion. So I saw that, Joe Biden pardoned his son. And I just think it's interesting how people want to act like Donald Trump wasn't convicted of all of these felonies and he's getting off scot-free, plus the pending cases that were against him because he's about to be the president. And I said this in another show. I don't hate the player. You got to hate the game. And one thing I feel like so many people are doing, like you said, with being misinformed is they're thinking, oh, well, Donald Trump's, his charges were all made up and they were just going after him because they don't like him. But then you're like, oh, but Hunter Biden did this and he should go to prison. And Joe is basically breaking the law by pardoning his son and this, that, and the other. And I don't want to necessarily say hypocrisy. It is hypocrisy, I think, but I do feel like that does have to do with information. I think misinformation can not only be what source you get your information from, but what you want to say is true or isn't true if everything else is equal. So what do you think on that?
I think that you have touched on a phenomenon called confirmation bias, where you look for information to prove what you already think. I feel like that's definitely part of it. But I also think that, I think people know what they're doing. I don't feel like it's just like the English language being chopped up. I think that people are comfortable. They've settled into their hypocrisy. But I mean, zooming out, what I've watched really for decades is, we have this set of rules for this set of people, and we have this set of rules for this set of people. When the first set of rules stops working for the air quotes first set of people, they just change the rules. If they see the second set of rules are working kind of well for the second group of people, they change those rules too. And it's important to me that people kind of pay attention to that, Yeah. I don't consider myself a historian by any means, but, I do know I've seen even with school boards, they'll say, well, we don't want we don't want you coming in doing XYZ. This group, they can do whatever. We don't want you wearing a Martin Luther King t-shirt. Maybe you can wear that, but we definitely don't want you wearing a Malcolm X t-shirt. But hey, these people can come in with Leonard Skinner and Confederate flag or whatever. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be a situation where everybody's satisfied or everybody's happy. But I sure do think we can get closer to equity in terms of you just being honest and me being honest and you being able to, take a deep breath and say, hey, this is not my personal cup of tea, but I feel like if I have certain rights, then other groups should have certain rights as well. I watched what I think is a really funny show. Can I say the name of this show?
Oh, yeah.
It's called Abbott Elementary, and it is on ABC on Wednesday evenings. Anyway, they had a holiday theme, and one of the characters was I imagine she was a Muslim girl. Mm-hmm. I just know she wasn't a Christian girl because her family didn't celebrate Christmas. Mm-hmm. And a couple other little kids were teasing her like Santa don't like you and he's not going to bring you anything, whatever. So the school administration and instructors turned their Christmas program upside down. They jacked up everything so that this one child could participate. Mm-hmm. And of course it's a comedy, so it was funny, but the reality is instead of tearing down your Christmas tree and trying to make up new songs, this is like what actually happened on the show, make up new songs because you don't want to sing Christmas carols or anything. How about this? How about reaching out to this young lady's parents, because I think they're second graders or whatever, mm-hmm. and saying, hey, we're having a Christmas pageant. We certainly want your daughter to participate, but we understand y'all don't celebrate Christmas. Would you like to send her with something about fill in the blank?
Yeah.
Right? So that way you still have your Christmas tradition, but you're being inclusive.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to be inclusive. I think a lot of times maybe we have people who think because I have a different opinion, I'm trying to convert you to my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not. And I know a lot of other people who are not as well. However, I do feel like if I have another way of thinking or doing things and it's within the law, the current law, and it's not hurting anybody, then I should be allowed to do that. I really should. Yeah. And because I think, honestly, it's kind of odd that all these people are trying to wave the Christian flag, because I legit have read a lot of the Bible, and I did come up in Christian schools through college, through undergrad. And I got to tell you, this behavior is not Christ-like.
Yeah.
It's really not. So again, the hypocrisy, the changing of rules to fit the, what is it, 1%? Is it 2% now? Is it still 1%? I just think it's ludicrous. And again, people are being short-sighted. That too will come back to bite us.
Yeah. And I think you see that now already with the Latino vote, and I think the Latino population in general, people are so worried about the minorities becoming the majorities, but I mean, they've shown, whether it's blacks, Latinos, Asians, whatever, that they just want to, like you said, they just want to be included. No one's trying to take somebody else's spot, and I think you do see that a lot, even, just in school. People will try and bullies. Let me put it that way. Somebody will bully somebody and it'll come back to bite them when they could have just, been inclusive, and then everybody could have gotten along. Everybody could have been okay. Everybody could have been good. And you're seeing that now I think you'll see that with the presidency coming up, just how so many people voted for this person. And you can see it on both sides.